and welcome to set 2 of Kamen Rider Shodo for Zio candy toy figures. But of course they don't come candy toys anymore, they come with a small piece of chewing gum which loses its flavor in like 10 seconds. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes here, means 6 pieces of chewing gum, and that goes through so quickly, just like and it's like no flavor left. And before we get anywhere, I just want to say that it was my fault, I wasn't paying attention because there's no false advertising here, but I think it's super slimy that with Faiz and Drive figures, they do not come with Zio's head when he's in, Drive or Faiz's forms. That means you cannot use these two armors with Zio. That's really dumb. Like, why not? I mean, all these come with 2 heads. All the set 1s came with 2 heads. Why didn't these come with 2 heads either? I think that's really scummy and just crap as a general thing. So, but aside from that, we still have a very colorful collection of stuff here. Now, 5 and 6 are pretty much just base bodies for these armor packs, and these are the same figures you would have gotten in the first wave to go with the build armor. So if you don't want to pick up 5 and 6, that's totally fine. You can actually save some money and not use those. And for the rest of the figures, you just get the armor packs. You don't need this main one. And for the next set, for the Forza armor actually uses the regular Zio body, but that does come with the hand that looks like this, so you can do the actual pose. So you might still want to pick that up anyway and use the Forza armor on that and just cut yourself some hassle. But again, it's not necessary because you can sort of skip that if you only need 1 copy of the base bodies. Anywho, yep. As always with these boxes, you turn them around, and I actually opened this up already, and you can see some of the sticker and assembly guide inside if you need to do that. So instructions are always printed on the inside, and these are recommended ages 3 and up, but I actually don't think so, because especially the Faiz one, there's some really small accessories in there that I don't think are good for a 3-year-old. They might choke on that. So no, I do not recommend these for 3 and up, maybe 5 years old, but that's something you should be aware of, because you got the tiny little Faiz phone and Faiz watch, like not Faiz, the Faiz like gun thing and punch thing in there. They're really tiny. There's some metallic stickers in there, so I'm looking at these and thinking, I could probably get away with spray painting that, hand paint the buttons, the chest there, I'll probably cut off the green areas and paint that, but the rest, just do that. It seems here this is mostly just black, so why would I need stickers? I can just paint the mouthpieces. I'm definitely placing the gashette areas. Mask, of course, I'm just going to stick with these stickers eventually. Let's see, if the ghost stuff, yeah, that seems a little bit too complicated. But I am still thinking, like, would I be able to actually paint this? Like, if I paint it in orange, and then very carefully just brush black on top of it and not get inside the grooves of the plastic, maybe I can get away with that. Same with the these lines as well, maybe. Alternatively is to paint black and then paint the white lines in, and then paint orange on top of the white, which is going to get really messy. Not going to do that. The ghost icon bits, that's impossible to paint. Fire stuff, this should be quite easy to spray and paint. I've been painting the Faiz model recently, just still not done with that. Actually, the Faiz one's almost done, but phone screen, cut that out and then paint the rest. That should be quite easy. Drive is very easy to spray paint. You get this little very thin masking tapes. That'd be pretty cool. Oh, something's stuck. Oh, thank God it's only the edge. And then we have some generic stickers for the base bodies, which for the most part are the same as the first one. I think these bits are new, so you can actually stick something all the way around the arms instead of just the edge to give it more color. There are 2 base figures here, just like the first set. Base figure, we have a pretty much useless CEO head, but I guess they're thinking for kids, like they'll think like that at least have something to play with because there's a figure. But just the same as wave 1. And of course you do get a pair of spray open hands, extra hands to go with him. So let's just put these hands in the back there, and the figure can stand over. We'll climb down, we'll use him in a sec. And here's the Geats one, again, same as wave 1, we've got a pointless Geats head there. So yeah, might as well take that Geats head off and the CEO head off. We'll use these to put up some of the armors first. So let's take a look at some of these. Every single piece of armor comes with one of these stands, and you got the sticker pack for that to put the label on there, whatever armor. And this is the ghost one. As you can see here, they painted. Now here's what I don't get. Like, you've given us stickers. You obviously expect most kids to use these stickers on the eye area. So why even bother painting that? It just seems like odd budget. And if I suppose it saves me the step of putting a white layer there before spraying it with like metallic gray or something, or metallic black or whatever. But yeah, weird. Great. So another problem with these is because we don't have enough of these base bodies to attach all the armor packs, you're supposed to use the figure stand to have some of the pieces attached to it. Like you see here, you got the shoulder pads, they're hooked on, that's fine. You got one of the front panels hooked on there, that's fine too. But then here are the things that it doesn't have space for. I suppose it sort of has like a bit here on the back that you plug in one of the extra heads. So there's no space for the second head, there's no space for any weapons or attachments to plug onto there, there's no space for any of these pieces, these knee pieces to plug in anywhere, and there's also no space for an extra chest piece to go anywhere. So these stands, like, they're supposed to be as generic as possible so they can use with many purposes, but that ends up translating into that it's not good in almost any purposes. It's always lacking something, so that's annoying. But anyway, enough of that. Let's just zoom in on some of these pieces. So, because I'm not going to use ghosts on any of them. So yeah, pretty nicely detail molded. We also have two pieces of those, and both of them have pretty much just, this one's just black, and I guess the Zeo one had a bit of silver on it, but they're the same piece. And there is molded detail on these icon shoulder pads, so that's great and all. And just some basic lining on these knee pads. Again, ghost lining and stuff. And this one comes with the bow weapon in a slightly different position than last time. I think it's in axe mode, I think. But yeah, you can see the molding detail there is very good. So not the back, of course, but so you can just paint that and make it look really nice. So here's Zeo head, and yeah, the horn's missing because they only give you one. Just like the ghosts change like candy toy figures, they only give you one horn for every armor, and it's quite frustrating and annoying, and it's just like, you're saving money on that? Seriously? Just give us two horns to plug onto these heads. That's just frustrating. It's not fun. Right, next one. Now Drive, I am going to plug him onto stuff. Quite cool that it's actually already painted silver in the middle there, so that's nice, but it's not on the other side, and of course these bits are all like red. Here's Geats' head for the Faiz details. And yeah, he comes with this, I mean, this is stupid. It doesn't come with a Zeo head, but it does come with the Zeo weapon in the gun mode. Again, quite detailed and stuff. You've got these two extra hands here, which are only fist hands, but they plug in, replace the original hands, and they give us some shift cars on the side for both hands, and of course we have some basic lining there for Drive. This Geats with the Drive armor pieces. Don't know why that they decided that these tie shoulder pads need an extra piece to put them together. The X8 arm pieces also have an extra piece like that. I would have rather they used that plastic on a Zeo head. So yeah, so here we are. It looks quite okay. I mean, honestly, if you don't use the stickers or paint this up, it's just more black. It just doesn't look right. Of course, this silver and gray area should be in metallic red, like I painted the Wave 1 one. So yeah, this is how it looks without all of the other stuff on it. Anyway, moving on. Let's do the X8 stuff. X8 armor, just a quick look at the Geats X8 head, so that's cool to have. Just put that aside because we don't need it. And the extra pieces do fit on the stand. Got the pad there, and the head will eventually just go on there as an extra piece. But this one is a bit better. Even if you don't paint it or use stickers and stuff, there's still a big color difference from the regular sort of body that you use underneath it. So this is kind of cool. These two big bulky things, they just pry open and plug into the fist hands as an like you're holding an item and stuff. So it's cool what we have here. So move that aside, we'll move on to the Faiz one that I've plugged onto the one of the previously painted Geats figures, since I don't have enough stuff for an extra build armor, so that's what we're going to do here. A lot of the Faiz stuff is just done in black, so a lot of details are really missing if you don't use those stickers. Whoops. So mask is very detailed, so are these phones. They should be relatively easy to paint. Just spray paint them in like silver first, and then just brush over the buttons to give it some black. You got the Faiz like phone gun thing here, the puncher thing, which could easily just be like an accessory from like old Shoto stuff. But these knee pads there, they're just in black, so details are really missing there and lacking. But what we have here, we pretty much pull off the entire leg bit on the front there, and this extra piece comes along with it. It's already done in silver, so that's quite nice. Obviously some missing details on the back, but this one shouldn't be too hard to paint either, to give it that extra bit of detail. Well, I honestly think set 1 is probably still more fun than this one, and the next set does seem to be more fun than this as well, which is a shame because I do think these 3 armors are really awesome. The Ghost one, again, a bit biased, but I don't care for it too much. If you like Ghosts, it's still alright. It's still a pretty cool suit to have, but I'm just not that interested in it. And I'm glad that every wave, in a way, will contain the base figure, so just in case you miss wave 1, you can still pick up a later wave and still have use the armor pieces and have some figures. So that's cool. And of course, it will get a little bit annoying if you don't have enough base bodies to display all of these armors. Of course, there's still not enough base bodies, so some collector could buy more of the base bodies so they can, you know, display all of the Heisei Rider armors, which would look quite cool, I gotta admit, if they're all painted and done up. But as of right now, just using stickers, these figures do look fine. If you don't use stickers or don't paint them, then they look really crap. So you gotta choose one and do one. And unfortunately with the stickers, of course, they're not gonna look as good as the painted stuff, but you know, most kids are just gonna use stickers anyway. One good thing about these stickers is because they're like foil stickers, they do have some give and they can be pushed into the grooves if needed. I have done that with the eyes of set 1 and it did turn out quite good. You just have to be careful when you first apply them to make sure you get it in the right position for the best, you know, effect when you're pushing in the dents and stuff. And another good thing about these stickers is that they don't stay stuck when you first apply them. You have time to move them around or unpeel them. But once they're there and once you leave it for a while and it dries, it sticks really well. So these stickers are good stickers for the figures we have here. And then, yeah, speaking of stuff that makes it more colorful, you know, I'll put my like painted build figure here, build armor, and you see, you know, these can look really good. And I'm not even painting them that well. So you can obviously paint them better. Some people can paint it better than me, but you know, they can look really good. So definitely consider doing that and picking these up. And of course, it's one way to cheaply gather all the Zeo armors. Of course, is the Rider Kick figures, but they of course cost a lot more. And they're still lacking a lot of details. You still need to paint them somewhat. So subscribe, suggest, and comment below, and take care and have a nice day. I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye now.